What is going on, guys? Jason Burke here, Styles Clash for Life, coming at you on YouTube. And today I've got another edition of Tales from the Fort, where I review classic movies and tell you guys how good or bad they are. And in this case, again, it is October. It is the month of us horror fans. All my horror subscribers, you guys are going to love my channel this month. I'm reviewing a ton of movies. I've got my 31 movies of October list up on my Twitter at jburke. That's Jayburke. Go follow me on Twitter and check out my October film list. 22 of my 31 movies for October are first-time watches, some considered classics. And basically, it's a lot of films that I had been hearing about for years or been in my queue for a long time and I had never watched. And this one is one of those movies. This one is much different than some of the other ones that I've watched on my list. I just did a review for Bad Moon that's going up. It'll be up by the time you see this. So go back on my channel and check out my review for the werewolf 90s classic Bad Moon. And today I want to talk to you guys about a much different kind of movie. It is one of the most irreverent and crazy horror comedies maybe that I've ever seen. 2007's Teeth. A lot of you guys that haven't even seen this movie, like I had not until a few days ago, know what it's about. You've seen clips, you've seen a trailer, you've heard the references to Teeth, and I was just morbidly curious. It had been sitting in my queue for a long time. I saw it up on Tubi, so I figured, you know what, now's the time. I'm watching a lot of dark, gothic, serious horror films this October, so I wanted to throw a crazy horror comedy in there, and that is what this is. The runtime for this is about an hour and 35 minutes plus credits. It is written and directed by Mitchell Lichtenstein, who didn't really have any other major credits, especially in horror, up on his page. So Mitchell Lichtenstein wrote and directed, and starring Jess Wexler. And this is, for all intents and purposes, probably a pretty fast, straightforward review on this channel, much quicker than most of my others because it's just so different. This hour and 35-minute movie is about a girl who was born with teeth on her vagina. So anyone that tries to get into her pants feels the wrath of those vagina teeth. I'm sorry that I can't censor this language anymore, but that's what it is. It is a horror comedy about the antagonist being the teeth of someone's privates. And so the character of Jess Wexler, who's a phenomenal actress, and I wish she had done more because she was really good in this. She joins a abstinence club. She's like the head of this say no to sex kind of club because we start the film off with seeing a flashback of her and her younger brother-in-law. Her brother-in-law tries to expose himself and then get her to expose herself and then gets his finger bitten really bad by those teeth when she first discovered she had them with an evil look on her face. We grow up now to find out that, 15 years later or whatever, she's in this abstinence club saying no to boys and sex. A little awkward, but very upbeat and, precocious, fun teenage acting in this movie. And her and her friends decide to go out to this cave and explore and just have a good time as they're getting ready for the end of school or whatever. And we come to find out that one of the big juxtapositions in this film that I really enjoyed was that when the guys are good to her, the teeth don't attack. Sorry if I'm spoiling anything here, but there was one time when this guy hooks up with her. He's like an awkward best friend type. And the guy hooks up with her, and they have sex, and the teeth do not bite him. The teeth don't attack him because he's a good, innocent guy. But as soon as it's revealed that he talks on his phone to his friend, and they had a bet that he couldn't sleep with her, and he slept with her, so he was using her to make money on this bet. Then the next time, as they're having sex, the teeth attack her. So the teeth only go after bad guys who are trying to force themselves on women or trying to abuse women, stuff like that. So the statement of this is, obviously there's a throwback PSA to the 80s horror where if you have sex, you die. That is an obvious twist on that trope. But more so, it is, for guys out there, it's kind of a feminist film, in a positive way. Saying, don't be a dick, don't abuse girls, don't try to rape girls, don't force yourself on girls, don't be an asshole to women, and you won't get your dick bitten off. Pretty much is what we're saying here. So I really enjoyed this. Anytime you can kind of put a statement like that in a film, especially one that I think is ahead of its time in 2007, I think is pretty cool. I like the idea that it only attacks bad guys, but you see many really gory scenes where the teeth are biting off male parts. It's a little gruesome. If you don't like seeing male parts getting bitten, I wouldn't watch this movie. It kind of gives you kind of the same cringe factor you might get from like 70s exploitation, like I Spit on Your Grave. Those are just all gory, gruesome though. I really can't even watch some of those scenes for as strong as my stomach is. I don't like seeing guys get dismembered and turn into a eunuch and bleed out, because that's a pretty gross thing for a male to watch. But in this case, it's done in such a funny way. If there's a funny way to bite someone's dick off, it's done in this movie. So they do a nice job with the effects in this movie. Anytime you're going to have something like that, they don't necessarily always show the girl's member, that they don't show the teeth, but they do show some of the dick looking like hot dogs and stuff like that. The creepy brother does come back. Spoilers if you guys haven't seen it, I'll let you guys know how this ends. So toward the end, the brother-in-law who wanted to hook up with the young girl when they were kids still wants to hook up with her. He's this like drug addict, stoner, loser guy, and he still wants to hook up with the sister-in-law or the half-sister or whatever she is. So eventually, the girl finds out that the man let their mother die. So their mother was sick the whole time. The mother of the family was sick, and she eventually dies because the brother was goofing off and didn't look after her. So Jess Wexler's character goes in to have sex with him to kill him. She decides, okay, he has to die for his negligence. So she finally has sex with him so that it can bite him off and he can die. Then the girl goes to finally escape her fate after killing off many of her mean boyfriends and brother, and winds up in the car with somebody. She's hitchhiking. Someone's going to drive her. It's an older man. He obviously wants sex from her. He's trying to abuse her. So she looks evil at the camera. And her legacy of bringing bad men to justice continues as the film ends with the evil look that she had in the beginning of the film. So very fun, over-the-top, fun horror comedy, having some femme roots, having a strong female protagonist with this over-the-top ode to societal message of be good to women and avoid sex kind of things. So I really enjoyed this. Good acting, good pacing, good effects. Overall, a fun time. I wish that Jess Wexler and Mitchell Lichtenstein did more in the horror genre, because I enjoyed their performances here. Again, it's not like a must-see movie or anything, but if you like over-the-top horror comedies and you like sex and horror being one and the same, I think you'll enjoy 2007's Teeth. So I'm going to give this film a 7 out of 10. Horror comedies hit or miss to me. This was at times over the top and maybe even too much at times, but I really enjoyed this for what it was. So 7 out of 10. What did you guys think? Tell me in the comments down below. I'm reviewing two more films today, coming at you back to back again. So you'll be seeing this video, and then again, go check out Bad Moon if you haven't seen it. I've got 2 more coming this way. So keep checking me out. Stay here all October, and really stay in general, because I got plenty of horror reviews coming for you guys. Stay scared and take care.